Alan Squires. Just moved in next door.
It's your worst fear.
One day along comes this monster and we're prisoners in our own home.
Neighbours from hell.
How come you two can afford a place like this?
Kevin Waitley.
Shut up! Shut up!
John Thompson.
Maybe it's you're jealous, right?
And Denise Van Outen.
We can do what we like.
Murder in Mind.
Don't consider it cruel or evil. Necessary.
Next Sunday at 9 on BBC1.
Won't get caught.
The leader of the Liberal Democrats, Charles Kennedy, will be taking your questions on Election Call tomorrow morning, BBC2, from 9. There's a change to the schedule tonight following tonight's Panorama. Birthday of the Prophet is now at 11:20, followed by our late film All American Girl at 11:35, here on BBC1. The news now on BBC1 with Nicholas Witchell. It's 10 o'clock.
William Hague talks about a Labour landslide and warns of a threat to democracy. Mr Blair says the Tory campaign has failed. The Lib Dems say they'll be the real opposition. Israel buries the bombers' victims and waits for Arafat to crush the extremists. Another tragedy at Biggin Hill. A World War II fighter crashes in flames. And Panorama, after the news, examines what the government has delivered on public services and asks what Labour and the opposition are proposing now. Good evening. The country's political leaders are preparing their final pitches to the electorate ahead of Thursday's general election. William Hague warned today that a Labour landslide would be what he called a devastating blow to British democracy. Tony Blair said the Conservatives were trying to disguise the real choice, which he said was between him and Mr Hague in Downing Street. And for the Liberal Democrats, Charles Kennedy said they were on course to become the effective opposition.
A Save the Pound barge drifts past the House of Commons. No one knows who will have the most MPs inside after Thursday, but the Conservatives are using predictions of a Labour landslide to their own advantage. Their latest poster, not yet on any real street, asks people to burst Mr Blair's bubble, an invitation to the disgruntled, the disillusioned, to vote Tory as a protest, even if they don't want Mr Hague in number 10. He said he wanted people to lend him their vote, whether they wanted to sling Mr Blair out or just clip his wings. The alternative, a devastating blow to British democracy.
If they win by the landslide which they have themselves predicted and arrogantly taken for granted, they would further marginalise Parliament, manipulate the media and seek to suppress dissent or disagreement with them. The brakes would be off for what has already been